Out here in the side yard today, shooting a crossbow. We got this new scope on there. We picked up it from what we call locally the Amish Cabelas. They get return items and stuff from Cabela's and Bass Pro. They look them over and resell them. Get a good deal on them. So we're going to give this a try. This scope here is made to shoot multiple different speeds for bows. It's got a second focal plane with a adjustable zoom on it, and the zoom is where you're getting at different speeds out of it. Each one of these speeds, instead of technically having a zoom rating on it, they have a speed rating and a zoom rating on the backside, but the speed rating, because it's a second focal plane, so when you zoom in and out that scope, the lines on it are not going with it. So that gives you the ability to kind of zoom in and get the right distance between the lines. So we're going to take some shots here in the yard, see where we're at. Then we'll move on back to 60 yards, and I'm going to guess we're right around 350 on the speed. And if it works out right, it should put us right on target at 60 yards, and everything in between there will be right. We'll do some shots later in the year, but in theory, it should all work out good. It's worked with other systems set up like this. So we're going to give it a try. Crossbows and our group of hunters is kind of a mixed amount of feelings on it. In PA, they made them legal to use in archery. Me personally, I don't use them in archery. I think it's kind of like cheating, but in the same sense, I'm sure traditional and recurve guys are saying compounds are cheating. I mean, there's a lot of advantages to a compound compared to a recurve, and there's advantages to a crossbow compared to a compound. So, I mean, I guess it just boils down to your own preference. I'm probably gonna stick with a compound, but for my wife and son, wife wants to try archery hunting. She's never really got into it. This is an easy way for her to try it without much practice to it. It gives her the confidence behind it. With the compound, she's just not quite confident with it. And for my son, who's just not quite big enough to pull back enough poundage yet for a compound, this works out great for him. Last year, he shot his first buck in archery season with it. Got a 5-point. So, I mean, there is advantages to it. It's just my personal preference. I'm not going to use one, but I understand why people do use them. So we're going to take some shots here and see if this works. We'll get this thing sighted in and move back and see how that works. Sighted in at 20 yards. We're set back here at 60. We're gonna give it a shot. We got it set at 350 feet per second. We're gonna hold the 60 yard mark on the target and take a really good note of where the 20 yard crosshair center is at. Because if it's off, I can always hold that 20 yard cross center and hold it until the 60 yard mark hits there. Because I'm not gonna move, so that 20 yard 60 should be there. By moving this focus, is going to bring that in and out. But I think we're going to be pretty close at 350. On the limbs here, they're claiming it's 370. But, I mean, that's with their arrows, their bolts. These bolts probably are not shooting the same as what they're shooting. I'm sure they're shooting a lot lighter bolt. So we're going to take a shot here, see how it does. And hopefully we hit the target good. Setting down here, a little better rest. We'll let that car pass. We'll see where that one hit. Walking up to it there, I can see it hit right where I wanted. We're gonna call that good. Pretty happy with that. We'll keep shooting it this year. Let the kids and the wife practice with it. But 350 is where it worked. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Until next time.